What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Jesus MMA video. Today, I'm going to be recapping the UFC 316 card that happened last Saturday, and we're also going to do some recent news, new fight announcements, a bit of some ranting about Dana White and some other fighters. But, anyways, let's get right into it. First fight on the main card. Not on the main card. On the prelims, we had Markel Medeiros versus Mark Joinski. And pretty much the leg kicks were the story of this fight. Well, not the entire story, but specific moments where Medeiros was stomping on Joinski's leg, I believe, after knocking him down. I'm not going to lie, I didn't really watch this fight. But I went back and rewatched most of the fights, skimmed through it a bit. You know how it is. Yeah, it seemed like Markel, though, won the fight. And, yeah, pretty handedly. A good performance. Entertaining fight to open the card, I will say. And, yeah, moving on to the next one. Quilan Salkild versus Yanal Ashmuz. For this one, I actually was watching it live. At first, Yanal Ashmuz looked like he could KO Quillen on the feet. Quillen was landing the better, cleaner shots, and then Ashmuz failed the takedown, or I forget if Quillen reversed it or something like that. And then Quillen just decided, I'm a lot better at wrestling than you are, so yeah, I'm gonna engage in the grappling a lot more. He did that a lot more than I thought he was going to be honest. I thought this would be, Quillen Salkild on the feet more often. But it was still a pretty entertaining fight. There were some nice grappling exchanges between the two of them. I mean, he shot 23 takedowns, got 8 of them. Ashmuz didn't get a single one, according to the stats, but I don't even remember him getting one, so sounds about right. And, in the end of the third round, they were swinging back and forth, and Ashmuz was catching him with some pretty big shots near the end. It looked like, oh, this might have an upset. We might have an upset KO near the end because Yanal Ashmuz is pretty fucking dangerous in the pocket. This is not the first tall guy he's gone up against. He KO'd Sam Patterson out cold pretty early too, but Salkild is showing that he's got levels to his game, and yeah, he should improve really well into this lightweight division. Next fight up on the card, oh my goodness, Jeka Saragi versus Ju San Yu. Ju San Yu, you're him, man. That was a clean ass step back, left hook KO. Jeka fell. He fell like a tree. I mean, Joe Rogan said it on commentary, but this guy stiffened up like a board in midair and face planted. This guy was planking in midair, face planted, immediately out. Ju San Yu, post fight interview, said he felt bad seeing his opponent unconscious like this. I guess not bad enough to follow up with another shot, but gotta make sure the job's done. Wicked performance, amazing performance, great KO by Ju San Yu. This is the hype that we need, and yeah, looking forward to seeing this guy fight more often. I didn't look into this fight that much. The odds were pretty crazy. He was a minus 650, so he looked like a minus 650 tonight. That's what I'll say, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this guy perform. Reminded me. I mean, people definitely already said this, but just a flow state like McGregor had back in the day. It's nice seeing these guys like Mauricio Huffy or Rufi and Ju San Yu kind of have that just comfortableness, that relaxed but alert kind of vibe in the cage. I really enjoy watching those guys fight. Next up on the card, hey, listen. Shout out Wang Kong or Wang Chan or Wan Chan. I've not heard the announcers pronounce it the same way at all, anytime. At first, I thought it was Wang Kong, but I don't know. Maybe it's different. Um, but on to the fight. I mean, this is a good performance by her. She handedly beat Ariane Lipski, Ariane De Silva, knocked her down with a leg kick. She was on that leg kick the whole fight. De Silva didn't really have an answer for much of what Wang Kong was throwing, but she did have her moments on the feet on occasion, especially a lot more in the third round. But still, every single round was clearly in Wang Kong's favor. She was getting the bigger reactions from strikes. She also landed a lot more, and she got a knockdown as well. I believe it was in the second round. And yeah, man, I mean, she's just good. She's just a good kickboxer, and a lot of these women in this division can just not keep up with her on the feet. And we're learning that every fight. I know she lost against that other Brazilian fighter, I think Gabriela Fernandez, maybe. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that chick fight since that fight. When Khan staying pretty active, I say keep the ball rolling. Good prospect. Next up, Andreas Gustafsson, 30-26's Chaos Williams. I'm not gonna lie, I had faith in Chaos Williams' power to stop the Mauler style of Gustafsson. But hey, Gustafsson proved me wrong for sure. I mean, he just had his way with Chaos William in that octagon. Just a suffocating pace and clinch strikes, non-stop pressure from Andreas Gustafsson. Honestly, I saw people complaining about the performance. Apparently, they were booing in the arena. I listen to fights with the audio off now because the commentary sometimes is just too much. It's just too shit sometimes, we'll say. And so yeah, I didn't know if there was any boos during this fight, but I did see some people online complaining about the style. I thought this was entertaining. Yes, there's clinching, but this is MMA at the end of the day. If you do not this was an entertaining performance, man. He didn't just clinch; he was busy in the clinch. He was continuing suffocating pressure. He was landing elbows. That dirty boxing range that people don't see too often with some fighters. This guy really just excels at it. I mean, if you saw his story on IG, he said game plan equals go full retard.
I'm always gonna bring full retard.
So this guy went full retard and he won. Shout out Andreas Gustafsson. Looking forward to your next fight, brother. Moving up the card, Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Sergey Spivak.
Oh, look at that. It's like an ad for a fucking weight loss center. Before and way before.
I'm not gonna spend too long on this fight. I have a confession. I did not watch this, and I still have not. But I see some people saying Sergey Spivak should have won, giving him one round. It seems like unanimously though, everybody gave Sergey Spivak at least a round. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't have too much to say on this fight. I just saw that Cortez Acosta won, and I really do not have any interest in watching heavyweight fights at that level. The division's just a depressing reminder that John Jones is ducking Tom Aspinall, and no big fights are getting made, and everything's in a logjam. Fuck's sake, man. Alright. Azamat Murzakanov versus Brinson Ribeiro. Yeah, this is a typical Azamat performance. This guy's slick on the feet. He moves around really fast. Listen, don't judge a book by its cover, because Azamat Murzakanov is really good. I know he doesn't look like he has the body type for it.
Oh, look at that. That ain't a look.
He's a bit on the chunkier side, but this guy's good, man. He's faster than a lot of people think, and he's got some good KO power. Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected him to deal with Brenson pretty easily here. So first round KO, that's good. You know, he just smacked him. I forget if it was I forget what shot it was, but I know he dropped him, followed up with some follow up shots on the ground. Ribeiro seemed like he verbally tapped, although I'm not too sure. When I was rewatching the fight, that's what the commentary was saying. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Ribeiro was also doing decently. Earlier on in the fight, he was landing some okay kicks. But Mirzakhanov, man, Mirzakhanov caught him, put him away. I mean, he was a lot quicker than him too. This result was expected. And then next up, my man, Joshua Van. What else can you say than, goddamn, man, this guy has really improved his game. He's always been a great volume striker. I remember seeing him fight earlier on against Zalgas, I think is that fighter's name. I mean, like, he got himself the Paddy Pimblett haircut. Was in a lot of bad robberies. So he got the Paddy Pimblett haircut. So the decision would go his way. I remember Van beat him. Sorry about that. Van beat him, and he beat some other guys up on the way up. Felipe Bulnes. I'm missing a name there, but he lost to Charles Johnson after, and that was kind of a setback that, I kind of lost a bit of faith in him, and then he had a quick turnaround against Edgar Chairez at the Sphere event, and I was worried for him, man, because that's a quick turnaround after a KO loss. But that was an amazing fight he had with Chairez, and he's just been having amazing performances ever since, and this might be his best against Bruno Silva. And listen, Joshua Van has had a bit of a questionable chin, and I was a bit worried going into this fight just because Bruno Silva can really fucking crack, man. This guy has got some dynamite in his hands. He has quite a few KOs at flyweight, and so he's a dangerous guy for Van to face. And Van was in a flow state. He's more patient, I guess you can say, on his offense in terms of the volume that he's putting out there. He's a lot more precise with his shots now. Yeah, man. This guy is really good. He's picking his shots a lot better. 3 fucking knockdowns, man. You know how good that is? And then he gets the TKO near the end, man. This kid Joshua Van's pretty good. And as of recording this right now, there's rumors actually. Well, I saw a video of Royval saying this, so I guess it's no longer rumors, but Joshua Van is stepping up to replace Manel Kape on International Fight Week. You have to love this kid's activity, man. This is what we need more of in the sport. I love it, man. So count me in for Joshua Van. If you want an early prediction for that fight, man, I don't know, because Royval is a volume guy as well. You know, I thought he was going to beat Brandon Moreno. You know, I had a feeling. And then I also thought he was going to beat Tatsuro Taira, because I didn't think Taira was proven enough. And his win against Perez kind of ended in injury. And listen, people weren't giving Brandon Royval enough respect. In this fight, though, I have to say, volume versus volume, I'm a bit unsure who to pick. But Royval hasn't had a KO in a while, and I do have faith in Van's chin now. The real question is how he's going to implement his game plan against Royval, because that is a lot of volume. But, man, you know what? I'm going to lean towards Joshua Van. I've been picking Royval recently. I'm going to have to pick against him for this one. I believe in the hype train. Y'all can call me casual or whatever. Listen, I've been backing Royval for... I know there's no proof of it, but you just gotta trust me, man. Joshua Van, I kind of have him beating Royval. Although it's a close fight, I will say, obviously. You cannot deny that. Now, moving on to the main card, we got some good finishes. Pretty much only sub finishes and then decisions, but that didn't mean that these fights weren't entertaining. Kevin Holland submits Vicente Luque. I don't have too much to say about this fight. Kevin Holland looked a lot more improved than I thought he would. I thought he would be Gunnar Nelson, but Vicente Luque, in my opinion, is a lot better than Gunnar Nelson as of now. Yeah, he landed a huge elbow behind Luque's ear. That created a nasty hematoma. Like I had a golf ball on the side of his head. Yeah, Luque was holding on to a single leg. Holland was landing some good punches. Luque also landed some decent punches in the first round, and it seemed like he was settling into the fight going into the second round, and especially at the beginning of the second round. I was thinking to myself, Luque seems to, he's taking the shots. I was still, you can still be worried about the brain bleed because it's a pretty bad thing. But it didn't seem like being unable to take a shot was really on his mind. But then he just gets caught up in this choke, man. And I know other people have said this, but it feels like, because the Dars choke it's Luque's submission, you know? And brother was probably thinking, I'm getting out of this easy. And then it wasn't so easy. Holland trapped his leg, did a good job of doing that. And yeah, he got the choke, man. Shout out Kevin Holland. He called out Colby Covington. Make that fight, man. Fuck Colby Covington. I don't want to see that guy get a fight above his own ranking. He needs to fight the newcomers. He got an undeserved title shot. Sat out. Fucking ducked the Ian Gary fight. Give him Kevin Holland. I think that's a good fight for Holland. Although Colby could win, you never know. Although I don't know any more about that. But yeah. Next fight up on the card. Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix. Now, let me tell you, this son of a bitch Patchy Mix, this guy had me fooled. And I think he had a lot of people fooled. I really believed in this guy's hype. I was watching him, listen, not for too long, but I saw his KO over Rafael Stotts, and this was, I think, around the time where Stotts was on a pretty decent run. He beat Danny Sabatello, that like Italian or New Jersey dude that was like talking a lot online. Stotts was a decent opponent. Yeah, he got KO'd by Marab earlier on, but he was making a good name for himself. And then Mix, knee up the middle, KOs him out cold. And ever since then, I've been paying attention to Mix's career. He's got some pretty decent wins. At least I thought so. Now I don't know anymore, man. These Bellator guys, they're coming in the UFC, and more often than not, they are not doing well at all. This was an entertaining fight. You can't hate Mario Batista for this performance. This guy was all around amazing. He was super fast, at least compared to Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix looked like a statue in there. Super stiff, way slower than Mario Batista. He was nowhere near as fluid as Batista, but Batista was landing shots constantly on him. One to the face, one to the body, 1-2, 1-2. It was that 1-2, it was that right hand that Batista had. Lightning fast. He kept popping Patchy Mix in his fucking mouth, man. And, yeah, bro. He really tuned him up this fight. Patchy Mix, I mean, the numbers say he landed 122 significant strikes. I'm not too sure if I believe that, to be honest. He did land some decent strikes, though, in the fights. He didn't just do nothing. He didn't pull an Anthony Smith and made it to the decision. Yeah, he landed a head kick at the end of the third round, I think. Head kick, easily the third or second round. He was doing well at the end of the third round, but by that point, man, it's like, go for a fucking finish. You need it. And I don't know where the takedown attempts were. He attempted one takedown at the beginning of the second round, I believe. And that was it. My guy. Last time I checked Tapology, he has 2 KO wins. Everything else by submission and then a few decisions sprinkled in there. Get this fight to the ground, man. What are you doing? I couldn't believe what I was watching, man. A bit disappointed in Patchy Mix. I was really looking forward to seeing him go up the ranks, but I don't know. Give him an unranked guy, and we'll see his ceiling, and I guess match him appropriately for that. Shout out Mario Batista. He did really well. They didn't give him a post-fight interview. Number one bullshit. I don't understand this, man. Like, he performed really well. Like, they gave Joe Pfeiffer a fucking interview. That fight was that fight was not as entertaining or just as entertaining as this one. I mean, man, I don't know. I know people are hating on Mario Batista. I'm not too big of a fan of the guy either. But he showed out tonight, and you got to put some respect on that. And speaking of Joe Pfeiffer, we're going on to his fight next against Kelvin Gastelum. Pfeiffer, after the second knockdown, I kind of had a realization that he was not going to KO Gastelum. But I don't think Pfeiffer knew that because he kept looking for that right hand to land. And, yeah, he got 2 knockdowns in the first round. Easily, I would say 10-8 for him. He landed a head kick in that round as well. I don't know how Kelvin ate it, but he did. I guess that's what he does. He eats. He eats.
Oh, look at that.
Eats those shots, man. And, yeah. Crazy chin on that guy. Second round, a bit more competitive. It says Kelvin landed more strikes in that round, but regardless, Pfeiffer landed some pretty good shots that stunned Gastelum. He landed the blows with more impact. And, yeah. I would still give that round to Pfeiffer. Third round, though, goes to Gastelum. People giving... Well, that judge that gave Pfeiffer the third round... I don't know. May God bless you with a new pair of eyes, because that is not what most people saw. Kelvin came back in the third round, did a pretty solid job. I mean, not much happened outside of the first round of this fight. It wasn't absolutely boring, but it wasn't the best. Yeah, Gastelum won the third round. He was moving his hands up and down a lot during the fight. I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, no, he had some decent moments in the third round. He was getting some combos off on Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer needs to do more combos. I believe his UFC debut, he KO'd this Macedonian fighter with his sick combo up against the fence, folded him. We need more of that, man. You got to do more of that if you want to get these KOs, especially these guys like Kelvin Gastelum, where they're built like a fridge, and that guy's got fucking brick for a head, man. So, you know, good win for Pfeiffer, but there needs to be an expansion on his weapons, to say the least. We have the co-main event. Juliana Peña versus Kayla Harrison. And this fight went as expected. I'm not going to lie, though. After the first round, seeing how lackluster it was on the feet, and Harrison wasn't able to get too much done on the ground, although she clearly won the round, obviously. I was worried this was gonna go to a decision. I'm not gonna lie. But thankfully she submitted Peña near the end of the second round. Kimura, and it happened pretty fast too. Harrison was trying to improve position up against the cage. Well, they were on the ground, but it was right next to the cage. She was having a hard time, but then she isolated that left arm of Peña, cranked it for the Kimura. From the top angle, it's hard to see, but once she got that arm, I think it took about a single second for Peña to tap, because she was wrenching that shit like crazy. Good win for Harrison. I mean, it was kind of expected. I really do not think Pena is that good of a champion. Just kind of goes to show how weak and shallow this division is. But yeah, the fight with Amanda Nunes, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's literally the only good one in that division. I don't see really anything else being entertaining. I would go with Nunes, although her time out of the octagon could prove to be a problem. If she releases some sparring footage, maybe we'll get to gauge how rusty she is, or if she's not at all. But yeah, that's an interesting fight. I want to see Harrison versus Nunes. I'm glad it's being made, and I'm glad we have at least a legit threat as a champion in the 135 division. It hasn't felt like this since Nunes was the champion. So shout out Kayla Harrison. You did what you had to do, and you did it pretty easily. And then finally, the main event of the evening. What is there to say about Merab Dvalishvili except that he is a fucking machine, man? Sean O'Malley, listen. First off, this fight should have never happened. But, it is what it is. It's now water under the bridge. And the result actually kind of proves that. I thought the UFC were really banking on what I thought could potentially happen. I still thought Merab was going to win. But I thought he was going to win by decision. And it would be like a similar fight like we had at UFC Noche. And I was prepared to tear my hair out of my head watching that. Because that fight, I really did not like 306 main event. But 316 on the other hand, well, this was a really entertaining fight. Some people online are saying, oh, man, use the hands more. It's like, were you not there for moments when Merab was outstriking Sean on the feet? I know it's because of the takedown threat, but he was having really good moments on the feet when he was backing up O'Malley. And he opened up a lot more. His boxing's gotten better. You have to admit that. His boxing was pretty shit. It still didn't even look that good in the Umar fight, but at least it was, decent. Now it's getting a lot better. And I didn't think Merab was going to enhance his game this much this late into his career. You have to remember he's 34. In the lower weight classes, your age catches up to you quite quicker. Heavyweights get away with it more often. And O'Malley just really didn't have anything for Dvalishvili. Tim Welch kept telling him to punch the body. I don't know if they're trying to gas Merab out. If that's your plan and you're facing Merab Dvalishvili, give up. Because this guy's never gassing out. And I really don't understand why he was targeting the body so much. I know Tim Welch was saying that, but clearly it's not working, man. And I was hoping for an O'Malley KO, but Merab won, but he did it in an entertaining fashion, so I'm not even that upset about this, to be honest. Good fucking submission win by Merab, man. I don't know who stops him at bantamweight. I guess Umar would be the biggest challenge, but Umar needs to get some wins, at least one against a legit opponent. Doesn't mean that Corey's not a legit opponent, but he needs to get a better resume before he can even get back into the title fight, because we do not want to see another undeserved immediate rematch for one of these contenders against Merab. Fresh faces only. Give him Corey Sandhagen, or I don't know, Mario Batista? No, probably not. If Patchy Mix won, maybe I would say give him Patchy Mix if you got a first round finish or something. That is a bit too crazy though. Corey Sandhagen's more deserving. And he had a pretty good performance against Figgy as well. Even though Figgy went into that fight injured, I still think Sandhagen looked pretty good, and he was a lot more improved. Anyways, back on this fight, man. First round happens. It's a close round on the feet. When I first watched it, I thought, you could maybe give the first round to O'Malley. He landed some decent shots. I rewatched it again today, and yeah, I give that round to Merab now. And I give, of course, every round to Merab. Second round was way more in Merab's favor. He landed more shots, and he was having moments on the feet. And I believe he got a takedown in the second as well. Or maybe he didn't. I think the second, O'Malley was stuffing more takedowns, actually, and in the first, Merab got a takedown. Either way. The second wasn't as competitive, though. The commentary made it seem like, this is a fight now, guys. This is beginning to become a fight. And, I mean, clearly, Merab shut that shit down as soon as the third round started. Few seconds in, Merab gets the takedown, picks him up, smashes him, and starts working just on top, staying busy, And I'm here thinking, fuck. This is going to be a boring round, and it almost was. He was landing like a few shots, on the ground. The strikes during that round were like 61-4, I think, at some point. I mean, it was going to be a 10-8 round, and O'Malley would have been down big time. But Merab went for, I think it was like was it a Darce choke at first? And then O'Malley kind of rolled out of it, but then put himself in position for like an Ezekiel choke type situation. It says guillotine choke, but I don't remember that being a guillotine choke. And yeah, he tapped O'Malley out. First one to submit O'Malley. Some people are saying first to finish O'Malley. Listen, I hate to be that guy, but
Technically, Cheeto Vera finished him.
I mean, it is a fact. Cheeto did finish him, so he's not the first to finish O'Malley, but he is the first to submit him. And way to cap off a pretty good card. Yeah, this was a lot of fun watching some of these fights. None of them were really like downright kill myself level of boring. Yeah, man. Decent, good card, and the rest of June is looking pretty solid too. And yeah, now that we've got that out of the way, I want to talk about Dana White.
My estimation of
Dana White.
me as a man just fucking plummeted.
At the post-fight press conference for 316, he didn't even go to the Canada one. So we already know this guy's got one foot out of the door when it comes to running this company. He's getting asked about the petition, and of course this guy's delusional, saying,
How many people we got watching now? Like 400 million? Yeah, 400 million?
and his voice is all fucked up as well. I don't know what happened. This guy had a late night out, like gambling with the Nelk boys or some shit. I don't know what happened to his voice, but Dana seemed so checked out during this post-fight press conference. Yeah, he was asked about the petition, and man, he's saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, I had every single person sending this petition to me," and then like not even a minute later is saying, "Only like what 130 people signed it." Like, brother, it's either everybody sent it to you, it's like significant, or it's only 130 people out of 400 million fans. It's insignificant. It cannot be both. It can't be both. And also, it's like this guy is acting like 200,000 people signing a petition, going out of the way to sign a petition, isn't a big number. It's a pretty big number. The UFC isn't like a massive sport like soccer or anything. And listen, there's obviously more than 200,000 fans, but most people don't fucking care enough to sign a petition, or they don't have time in the day to sign a petition, or they don't even know about it. And, like, brother, 200,000? My guy, you've had pay-per-views sell less than 200,000, and you're talking about it being insignificant. Please, enough with the bullshit, Dana. We know that you are just trying to protect John Jones. At this point, I don't even think he wants to protect John Jones. Every time I look at Dana in these post-fight press conferences, he looks so over it. He's over everything. I think he just wants to get this Netflix deal signed. I think he wants to go do his whatever boxing bullshit, which I thought he was kicked off of, but of course, whatever. You can't really believe anything Dana says. This guy is just quite the promoter, I just don't know what to do anymore, man. It's like, just make the fucking fight with Aspinall and Jones. Clearly Jones doesn't want to fight him. Strip him of the belt. I know they want to use it as leverage for the Netflix deal or whatever, but at this point, man, every single UFC Instagram comment section is filled to the brim with cool news. Now strip John Jones. Strip John Jones this. Strip John Jones that. Everybody is fed up with the bullshit, Dana. And you cannot ignore it any longer, man. It is appalling seeing how little he cares about the company now. The UFC's just been coasting, and now we don't even have a pay-per-view in September, by the way. We found out during that post-fight press conference. There's no pay-per-view in September. 320 was pushed to October. At least October's solid, but it's always solid. That UFC Noche Part 2, I guess, in Guadalajara, Mexico, didn't really work out for them or something. And, a real shame how shittily this company's been run. And, Dana just clearly doesn't care. And he's got all these fighters now that have, like, this air of entitlement to them. Like, John Jones knows he can do whatever he wants, I guess, so he's just doing whatever he wants. And Dana's going to let him because they need the leverage, I guess, for the Aspinall-Jones fight. I don't believe anything Dana says at these post-fight press conferences. I mean, the guy lied about something as little as Power Slap's, like, social media followers. Like, why even lie about that, man? When it's so easily disprovable. Anyways, I want to go on the topic of UFC Noche that was supposed to happen in Guadalajara. And just Yair Rodriguez, this guy, is really just the princess of the featherweight division, to say the least. No more El Pantera, La Princesita. That's your new name, man, because I have never even... And this is in the John Jones entitlement era. At least that guy has been a champion, His demands are still inconceivably, like, fucking ridiculous, but at least he has some form of legacy. Yair Rodriguez has nothing, man. This guy has absolutely nothing for leverage, and I really don't know why he has this air of, like, arrogance and confidence about getting a title fight. I pray to God that they do not make Volkanovski versus Rodriguez 2, because trust me, man, I'm just not watching that main event. We have to, like, boycott at some point, because it's just ridiculous. I saw in an interview recently where Yair revealed that, the UFC deceived me, and it was in Spanish, so this is kind of just a paraphrasing of what he said, but he's like, the UFC deceived me. I guess he was expecting that he was promised that title fight after beating Patricio Pitbull. Get in line, buddy. Aspinall literally defended his fucking interim belt. Still no title shot against John Jones. And he actually deserves it. You, on the other hand, do not. Like, these promises from the UFC, these fighters have to know by this point that it means absolutely fuck all. Like, and a win against Patricio Pitbull, an over-the-hill Pitbull at that. And it was by a decision, too. You didn't even finish him. I mean, Batista low-key had a more impressive performance. I said it because Patchy Mix is at least, like, kind of in his prime right now. 3-time Bellator champion. I know Pitbull was a big champion there as well. But he's over the hill now, and he just came off a KO loss in one championship. Or Ryzen, I forget. I think it's one. And to go out there and just, like, have an a good fight, but you just win by decision. He knocked him down in the third, granted, but then he almost got armbarred. I do not understand why Yair Rodriguez gets... I don't know why Yair gets so many fucking favors done for him. It really makes no sense. Like, Brandon Moreno was a champion, and he has to fight his way up to the belt. I know he lost twice to Pantoja, but he's been putting in the work, and he's Mexican too. So is this Mexican bias? It might be, but like, why is Yair the one getting the bias? This guy's the least deserving featherweight to even get a fucking title shot right now. He didn't even deserve it in the first place. I mean, if you look back at that quote-unquote win streak, after he loses to Max Holloway, he wins against Brian Ortega via a shoulder injury, and then, all right, time for the interim title between Josh Emmett and Yair Rodriguez. Like, brother, what? What are we talking about, man? One fight win streak already in title contention. I mean, I've looked through this guy's career. He has some of the most mid wins I've ever fucking seen on a title contender's resume. And he wins against Josh Emmett by a triangle submission. It was a fun fight. And then he loses to Volkanovski very, very clearly. That fight, he did not win a single round. And Volkanovski finishes him in the third. And that was that. And then he takes a lot of time off, then rematches Brian Ortega, and he gets submitted in the third round, man. In front of his own people. And then after that humiliating loss, he takes over a year off, and then, oh, the UFC promised me a title fight if I fight Patricio Pitbull. You know what, man? They probably promised it to you because you didn't fight in fucking forever. You know, they gotta entice you to at least come back, man. And you don't fucking deserve it. Here he is in his interview saying the UFC deceived me, you know, and I said no to the Diego fight. Why? It's the only fucking fight that makes sense. You want to get back into the title picture? This is how you do it, man. This is how you get back into the title picture, and you get the respect from the fans back. Because, listen, I'm not the only one who feels this way. A lot of people are not happy with Yair Rodriguez, and I think when more people find out about how he's been talking about Diego Lopez and how he's been saying no to the fight, I think a lot more people are gonna fucking start flaming this guy, and he deserves every single bit of it. I really just don't fucking understand. Yeah.
Fucking depressing.
Yeah, I don't know why he's saying, oh, this fight doesn't make sense for me because Diego Lopez is coming off of a loss, and, you know, if he won, I would have fought him then. It's like, dog, are you fucking kidding me?
What the fuck you talking about?
Anyways, catch you guys later in the next video. We'll probably go over the UFC Atlanta card. That's a pretty good one. Or at least the main event's good. Sometimes that's just enough for me at this point. But yeah, looking forward to making another video. Ciao, ciao.